Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. So this is a module that you can buy on YouTube, or I'm sorry, you can buy on Amazon. It's a BT7960 or something like that. I'm not even sure the number. I didn't even really check it out that well. But anyway, um, this is supposed to be a 43 amp controller. I think it works with an Arduino, but you can use it without it. I've seen some videos where people were using these to run, like I guess you want to say like wheelchair motors or something else, like what I'm trying to do in mine here. So basically, what I saw, people were using like a breadboard, and I did the same thing to test it out. This is the module right here, the same thing as this, and this is the other servo. And basically that servo has to be in the exact center point, otherwise this won't work, it'll just stay running. And the other issue I have with it though, it's very sensitive, so if you touch it up just a hair, it's already running, and you move it back down a little bit, it's already running the other way. So you can see that. Well, you gotta like really play with it to get it in the center position there, like right there. Which, I mean, I guess it would be fine on this one, which is still hooked up to my car here. It's still hooked up to my thing here. But um, there's no, like, with this, at least it's like variable speed. Whereas, let's see, I'm only pushing it barely, and it barely moves. With this here, if I just give it a little bit, it just starts moving. And as you can see, the control, like, this does absolutely nothing. From there to there, does absolutely nothing. It's got to be very fine. Now, I guess this would be great if you were using it, I guess for just, I guess one speed, just forward or reverse, which is fine, and it does do it. Unfortunately, it's not going to work for me. I was hoping it would because it's a cheaper option. Two of these were only $15. And you take apart an old servo and you hook up the servo with the potentiometer in the center, and you solder the wires on there. I mean, I can go into a little detail if you want, but it's basically the the first two are power and ground. They get 5 volts, and then if you skip two and then take the third and fourth pin, the next one's over, and you give that 5 volts. As you can see, the way I did it right here. Let's see if I can, just like that. I don't know if you can really see that or not, but basically it's just, I saw another video where somebody did it. And then this is the 43 amps in the back. It's for the motor part, and then I'll give you you know positive in, which is whatever you want. I think it's 12 or whatever voltage you want. I think up until like 27 or 28 volts. I'm using it as 24 volts. But, and again, it does work, but uh, for me it wouldn't work out because unfortunately it's too sensitive. So I'm still waiting on that, the other module, the Citron module, and I'm trying to see if that'll work with the Sabertooth. But in the time being, I was trying to see if I could use something else, but it's a fail. So, but anyway, anybody who's interested in this, I guess you could use it without the Arduino, and I guess it would be useful for certain situations if you just need like power on and off, like you're not worried about the speed or anything else, because as you can see, it does, it's a cheaper option and it will work. You just hit this up a little bit and it's already going full speed. There's no way to really control it. And then if I push it backwards the other way, just a hair, it shuts off, then back down, warning's going reverse. And that's great. I could use them, two of them, one on each side, but unfortunately it's too sensitive, and I was actually looking for something with a variable speed. Um, so anyway, I just figured I'd record this real quick, see if it might help somebody else out. It's not going to work in my situation. I'll put whatever number this is at the bottom of it. But as you can see, these are on Amazon. Um, it's a cheap option to use heavy duty motors. Now, if I was just using this for on and off or just going forward and reverse, that would probably be great, But unfortunately, I'm doing it something a little different, so it won't work for me. But anyway, maybe this video will help somebody else out. If you want to know how to use one of these without an Arduino, you can do it, but it's basically just going to be very sensitive. You're going to be, let me put this over here, you'll see it a little better. That's my remote beeping because I haven't touched the other controls, but as you can see, that's forward and reverse. But I'll show you how sensitive it is. I mean, it's basically just, that's it, right there. There's the reverse. So trying to get in that sweet spot is really hard. I figured I'd give it a shot. I've seen some other people doing it, but again, for me, it's not going to work well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I will do an updated video soon once I get this thing finally going. So, thanks for watching, and hope everyone is safe and well. Take care.